How can I subtly manipulate someone into doing what I want? The key is to control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. This means presenting choices that benefit you regardless of which option the other person selects. Ivan the Terrible, for example, offered his subjects the choice of his abdication and subsequent anarchy or granting him absolute power. Faced with these options, they chose the one that benefited him. Subtly guide their decisions by framing the choices in a way that makes your desired outcome the most appealing, even if it's the lesser of two evils. How can I make my deceptions more believable? Play to people's fantasies. Truth can be harsh and disillusioning. Instead, appeal to people's desires, especially during times of uncertainty or hardship. This is when they crave escapism and easy solutions. The alchemist Bragadino exploited Venice's economic decline by promising a fantastical solution multiplying gold through alchemy. He played on their desire for a quick return to their glorious past, making his deceptions more palatable. Remember to keep the fantasies slightly out of reach, a shimmering mirage that fuels their desire. How can I gain leverage over someone? Discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has weaknesses, insecurities, hidden desires, uncontrollable emotions. These weaknesses are your leverage points. Observe carefully, paying attention to unconscious signals like gestures, slips of the tongue, and reactions to stimuli. Richelieu, for example, recognized Queen Marie de Médicis' insecurity and need for validation, using flattery and attention to gain influence over her, and through her, the young King Louis Roman XIII. What are some common weaknesses I can exploit? The need for validation. Everyone desires to feel important and recognized. Exploit this by subtly complimenting their taste, intelligence, or social standing. Insecurity. Insecure individuals crave reassurance and approval. Offer them validation and support to gain their trust and dependence. Uncontrollable emotions. Strong passions like greed, lust, or fear cloud judgment. You can manipulate people by subtly feeding these emotions and offering yourself as a guide or solution. The helpless child. Unmet childhood needs can create lasting vulnerabilities. Offer to fulfill these needs, whether it's attention, affection, or a sense of security, and you'll find them surprisingly receptive. How can I exploit a person's contrasting traits? People often try to conceal their vulnerabilities by projecting their opposite. A braggart might be masking cowardice. A prudish exterior could hide a secret desire. Observe closely for discrepancies between a person's outward persona and their underlying behavior. This contrast can reveal their true weaknesses. Is it possible to manipulate someone indirectly? Absolutely. Instead of directly targeting your victim, focus on their weak link, someone with influence over them. This could be a close confidant, an advisor, or even a lover. Winning their favor grants you indirect control over your target. Are there any risks associated with exploiting someone's weaknesses? Yes. While appealing to fantasies and manipulating emotions can be effective, be cautious. Unleashing powerful emotions can lead to unpredictable consequences. If you push a timid person into action, they might overreach. If you cater to their need for attention, they may demand more than you're willing to give. Always be strategic and anticipate potential backlash. Complain to people's fantasies backfire. Yes, remember that the power of fantasy relies on maintaining a certain distance. If you get too close to the point where you're expected to deliver concrete results, the illusion will shatter. This can lead to anger and resentment. Bragadino, despite his success in Venice, faced his downfall in Munich when he failed to meet the Bavarians' expectations, leading to his execution. Always maintain an air of mystery and keep the promise slightly out of reach to sustain the fantasy and your power. What does it mean to act like a king in a modern context? In today's world, where traditional monarchies are less prevalent, acting like a king translates to cultivating an aura of confidence, self-respect, and dignity. It's about setting high standards for yourself, believing in your own worth, and projecting that belief outward. This doesn't mean being arrogant or aloof, but rather embodying a quiet and unshakable self-assurance. How can projecting confidence benefit me in my personal and professional life? When you exude confidence, you inspire trust and respect in others. People are more likely to believe in your abilities and follow your lead. It can open doors to opportunities, help you negotiate better deals, and allow you to command attention and influence. Confidence is contagious, and people are drawn to those who radiate it. What are some practical steps to cultivate a royal demeanor? Set your sights high. Don't limit your aspirations. Aim for the best and don't be afraid to ask for what you deserve. Maintain your dignity. Remain composed and graceful, even under pressure. Never let your emotions dictate your actions. Give generously. Demonstrate your abundance by offering gifts or assistance to those around you. This creates a sense of equality and fosters goodwill. Embrace symbolism. Use clothing, body language, and surroundings to project an image of power and refinement. What are some common pitfalls to avoid when trying to embody this law? Arrogance. True confidence is quiet and understated. Arrogance is loud and insecure. Humiliation. Elevating yourself by belittling others is counterproductive. It breeds resentment and undermines your authority. Isolation. While maintaining a degree of separation is important, being overly distant can make you seem unapproachable and out of touch. How can ignoring something I can't have be more powerful than trying to obtain it? When you fixate on something you can't have, you give it power over you. It consumes your thoughts and emotions, making you appear weak and needy. By choosing to ignore it, you reclaim your power and demonstrate your emotional control. This indifference often makes the unattainable object even more desirable to others. What is the sour grapes strategy, and how can it be applied in real life? The sour grapes strategy involves pretending that something you couldn't attain was never that desirable in the first place. This tactic allows you to save face and appear superior. For example, if you are passed over for a promotion, you might publicly downplay its importance, suggesting that you weren't interested anyway. Why is it sometimes better to ignore an attack from an inferior? Engaging with an attack from someone beneath you gives them credibility and elevates their status. By ignoring the attack, you demonstrate your superiority and show that they are not worth your time or attention. This can be infuriating to your opponent and make them appear petty and insignificant. When might ignoring a problem backfire, and how can I avoid this? Ignoring a problem can backfire if it grows into a larger threat while you are not paying attention. To avoid this, it's crucial to monitor the situation discreetly and intervene if necessary. Learn to distinguish between minor irritations that will fade on their own and serious problems that require your attention. Why is visual presentation so important in the game of power? Words can be easily misinterpreted, inviting doubt and scrutiny. They can also trigger unintended emotional responses, leading to offense and resistance. Visuals, however, bypass the logical mind and speak directly to the heart. They evoke powerful emotions and create lasting impressions, making them an effective shortcut to influencing perception and wielding power. How can I utilize symbols and imagery to enhance my power? Think of Diane de Poitiers, mistress of King Henry Roman II. She cleverly used symbols to elevate her status. She intertwined her initials with the king's and adopted the image of the Roman goddess Diana, symbolizing chastity and power. Similarly, you can establish a unique trademark, find a historical image that resonates with your situation, or use colors with symbolic meanings. Visual cues, when woven together, create a powerful aura and elevate your perceived stature. What is the significance of the Sun-King symbol adopted by Louis XIV? Louis XIV carefully chose the sun as his emblem, representing the brilliance, life-giving qualities, and constancy of a great leader. The symbol, readily understood by his subjects, projected an image of majesty and distinguished him from other monarchs. Symbols like this, laden with emotional associations, act as powerful shortcuts to convey complex ideas and inspire awe. Why is it crucial to conform to social norms and avoid appearing overly unconventional? Openly challenging prevailing beliefs and norms makes you a target. People are inherently resistant to change, and they may perceive your unconventionality as a threat or an insult to their values. The Spartan general Pausanias, for example, adopted Persian customs and attire after his victory, alienating his Greek allies and ultimately leading to his downfall. Blending in and nurturing the common touch is a safer path to power. How can I use the emotions of others to my advantage in the game of power? While you must remain calm and objective, provoking your opponent's anger can give you a strategic advantage. By understanding their vulnerabilities, vanity, pride, love, or hate, you can stir the waters and make them act impulsively. Their emotional reactions become your weapon, allowing you to control the situation. Why is accepting free lunches dangerous in the pursuit of power? What is offered for free often comes with strings attached, hidden obligations, manipulation, or future demands. By paying your own way, you avoid entanglements and maintain your independence. Generosity is powerful, but it should be strategic, not an avenue for others to exploit you. How can strategic generosity be used to enhance power? Generosity, when employed strategically, can be a powerful tool for attracting allies and building influence. Pietro Aretino, a Renaissance writer, strategically used lavish gifts to elevate his social standing and win the favor of powerful patrons. Similarly, Baron James Rothschild used extravagant parties to gain acceptance in the exclusive French society. By circulating your wealth and demonstrating generosity, you create an image of power and attract people to your circle. What is the key takeaway when it comes to money and power? Money is not merely a means of exchange, it's a powerful psychological tool. By using it strategically circulating wealth, offering well-timed gifts, and avoiding the trap of free lunches, you can cultivate influence, build alliances, and elevate your position in the game of power. Remember, true power lies not in hoarding wealth, but in understanding its social and psychological dynamics.